Hey, this is Patrick Everson for Covers.com, coming to you live from the Mirage Sportsbook on a Sunday morning. It is NFL Week 1 regular season Sunday. Going to be a great day, wall-to-wall football all day long. Folks, it's 8 o'clock, a little after 8 o'clock here in Las Vegas, and they're already all rolling in to the Mirage Sportsbook. This place is going to be jam-packed today. The atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. I got Senior Managing Editor for Covers.com here in town, Jason Logan, my fine boss. Jason, we got a lot going on with Covers here today. Talk a little bit about it.
That's right. Always good to see you too. Always good to see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're here all day. We're going to be here we were here all week actually at the Mirage Sportsbook doing some great giveaways. We've got our football toss game. You can come down, win some great Covers gear, and the big prize is a $1,000 bankroll to bet on that Sunday nighter. My Cowboys, my beloved Cowboys, taking on the dreaded Giants.
Employees ineligible for this contest.
Yeah. So come on down, fill out a ballot, get your name in. We're doing the draw at 3 o'clock, so you got to get in before 3.
Yes.
And yeah, you win $1,000 to bet on that game. $350 on the side, $350 on the total, $300 to sprinkle around those great props that they have here at the Mirage.
You betcha.
And then whatever you win, you keep. We're going to put you up on the big couch.
Absolutely.
We're going to make sure that you're well hydrated and got a nice food baby in that belly. And yeah, hopefully it's a great game tonight. I know it will be.
It should be absolutely a stellar day today. Can't wait for all the football. That leads us, I mean, you were talking Cowboys. So
That's right. Kind of the big story of the day, perhaps the big story of the week was the Ezekiel Elliott drama going on. So originally Elliott was in -5.5. That's where that line opened back in the spring. Once the schedule came out, they put out these lines pretty quick in Las Vegas.
Right.
But once Elliott was ruled out for the 6-game suspension, that line dropped as low as 3. So now we're seeing that he was back in for Week 1. Now with the legal sparring, it looks like he's going to play the whole season.
He could very well.
So we saw that line go from 3 to 3.5 and 4, where it sits right now here at the Mirage. That one's going to change quite a bit because that is the Sunday nighter, and as we know, a lot of parlay liability rolls into that, and a lot of bettors will be coming in late on that, either trying to roll their winnings in or trying to get even.
Yeah, trying to catch
up. Or get even deeper, as they say. So right now, that game is pretty split. There's about a 40% difference in tickets. 40 ticket difference. 40 ticket difference towards the Cowboys, and an $8,000 difference at the handle for the Cowboys. So not much of a difference here, and as we said, that line is going to move around as we get going with the day. So.
No question about it. The two very public teams, especially Dallas. So
that's right.
It could get really interesting.
So that's not the only line that's going to be moving.
No, and there's several that have moved, probably going to move some more. We'll give you some of the biggest line moves of the week so far. And actually, keep in mind, folks, these lines have been out at the MGM and Mirage for a month or more, and at some books for several months. But Jets at Bills. This game opened Bills -6, and it jumped the key number of 7 to 8 by last Sunday. It got all the way to 9.5. It's now dialed back to -8. There's been a little bit of buyback on the Jets. Cardinals-Lions. This game opened with the Lions a 2.5-point, 3-point chalk, depending on where you got it early. Moved all the way to the Lions are now getting 2.5 at home. Sharp action, definitely a driver on this one. Raiders at Titans. This was another game that jumped the fence. This game opened with the Raiders, a 1.5-point chalk. Tennessee now favored by 2.5 at home. Colts Rams. This was a huge mover. This is all on the Andrew Luck injury, or not injury, but the offseason shoulder surgery and his comeback. He's not going to play this week. Indy was originally -3. It's as high as -4.5 now in favor of LA Rams in this case for this late afternoon game.
That's a big jump.
All right, and then we've got more action coming off of this, and some of the action report for this week. Some of the more intriguing games seeing a lot of money. There's a little bit of overlap here. Cards, Lions, Raiders, Titans, Colts, Rams, obviously. But here's a really interesting one: Steelers, Browns, continuing a trend from last year that went miserably bad. A lot of the sharp bettors are again on the Browns, taking the Browns 9.5. They're getting 9.5 at home. Cleveland 1-15 straight up last year, 3-12 against the spread, yet they consistently drew sharp money. Really intriguing.
Yeah, we saw the bottom half of the NFL do really poorly, not only in the win-loss column, but against the spread, and that burned those guys that love to be contrarian every week, and that tends to be the sharp guys.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And let's, speaking of those games, let's go into some of the Covers Consensus most popular plays. Yeah,
so our Covers Consensus, it draws from bets, and you get to see which are the most popular plays. These numbers are always fluctuating, going to be dancing around a lot today as more and more bets come in. So right now, heading into today, 74% of bets were on the Carolina Panthers at the 49ers. That one's around 5.5, 5, depending on where you got it. And also the Atlanta Falcons. No one's buying into the Super Bowl hangover. 74% of bets on them at Chicago. That one's been 6.5, 6, 7. So
Right.
shop around if you've got a couple different sports books. The Rams getting great action, as you mentioned.
Yes.
A lot of people don't like the Colts without luck, and I love that Rams defense. 69% of bets on them, and 69% of bets on the Houston Texans. Hosting the Jaguars, big emotional game for Houston.
I think that's an emotional play, and I like that play.
Big emotional play. That was our editorial pick for the Super Contest. So that one there, I said it's more of a bet against the Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars,
Yeah.
which makes sense too.
Yeah, so those are the top consensus plays. We could see some more consensus lines move if this big injury actually pans out.
Absolutely, and this takes us back to that Giants-Dallas game tonight, which again, get down here. You can win a $1,000 bankroll on this game. Sign up, do our little drawing, get into our drawing.
Yeah.
But this game is big. Beckham Jr., Odell Beckham Jr. has got an ankle injury. It looks like this is going to be a game time decision. And folks, Beckham's probably worth a point to the spread. And considering how public Dallas is, if they rule late that he's out, you could really see some interesting movement. If he's in, you could see some movement going the other direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weather Watch, I was going to say. Weather Watch as well. We're going to move right into Weather Watch.
That's right. I mean, this is still relatively summer football in a sense. We don't have the snow or the wind or the rain coming into play. But when you play these early games in September, the heat can definitely be a factor. Yes. And in California, we go a little farther west than where we're at right now. Temperatures in LA right now, the Colts going to the Rams. Looking around to be around 81 degrees, but the humidity is the big thing there. 49, 50% humidity. The guys are going to be playing in the soup. And then also, too, you go to Santa Clara where the Niners are hosting Carolina.
Right.
Low 90s, but again, the humidity is pretty high in the 30s. So as I said, that heat can really play a factor early in the season because conditioning can be a question.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Keep an eye if you like your second half bets. If you're in-game wagering, keep an eye on those two games and see how those teams do dealing with that heat and humidity as we go into week one.
Could be an opportunity to hit some unders in the second half.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, NFL trend of the week. This plays again off the Atlanta Falcons, who we talked about a little bit earlier. Jason said that covers consensus. They're on Atlanta for sure, but the Super Bowl loser since 2000 has come back the following season to post a record of 5-12 straight up, and an ATS mark of just 2-15 in week one of the next season. You might recall last year, Carolina continued that trend in its season opener at Denver. That was a rematch of the Super Bowl from 2 seasons ago in which Denver beat Carolina. Carolina comes back, loses at Denver straight up and against the spread.
That's right, yeah. If you're a fan of our Twitter feed, if you're watching us on Twitter right now, you've seen Monique Vague's prop picks. She does her pick 6 prop picks every week for NFL. She did fantastic with them last year. You can go on there and check out all 6 of her picks. But if you want one prop pick, and I've got LeGarrette Blount in fantasy, and I was debating putting him in over McCoy. Maybe that's not, McCoy's got the Jets, but Blount's at least good for a couple of those short touchdowns.
Exactly.
I was debating putting him in, but if I don't, I may take this prop bet. It was LeGarrette Blount to score any time in that Eagles-Redskins game. Plus 120. He had 18 touchdowns last year, and 16 of them came within the red zone. So he's that battering ram on the goal line. Exactly. I love that. Plus 120, that's a return. So if you don't have that at your sports book, kind of shop around. Maybe you can find some props that kind of correlate into that.
No, absolutely. Let's move along. NFL power rankings from our Teddy covers. The Patriots, no surprise here. They opened in the #1 spot. However, just a shocking Thursday night game. We were here at the Mirage for that game. A shocking result. Kansas City really put it to them late in winning that game outright. So the Patriots probably going to fall from that #1 spot. They're not going to fall far, folks. No. They're still the Patriots. It's one game. Never overreact to these things. However, what was interesting, Teddy had Kansas City #6. We kind of thought...
I thought that was a little bit high for Kansas City, but, who am I?
Yeah, Teddy said #6. We thought he was
Who might argue with Teddy covers?
Exactly. We thought it was a little high, but it looks like he was spot on. Rounding out the top 5 teams after New England heading into week 1 were the Steelers, Seahawks, Packers, and Falcons. Hard to really argue with any of those, but Kansas City may be on the way up, and New England could tick down a little
bit. They're definitely going to get a shake-up within that top 5 after that Pats game. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
For sure. So let's put our money where our mouths are.
Absolutely.
We've had some our contest picks in. We've done some wagering, some friendly wagering around here too.
Sure.
But let's get our favorite picks of the day. We've been staring at this board all week.
Yes.
My favorite pick actually is the Raiders, which is it's funny because that's the most public pick.
Yes.
Talking to and the Titans tend to be the more shot pick. This game actually opened I think -1.5.
Yes.
Raiders at Titans. Swung the other way with all that sharp money on Tennessee. Went to 3. I grabbed the Raiders +3. That is a field goal. Give me that field goal, and that's
Absolutely.
I'll be happy with that. So that's who I like. I'm amongst the Las Vegas Raiders fans here today.
Running it all the way to
We got a
three.
couple Raiders fans over here.
Yes, we do. We got a couple of Raiders fans just to our left, hanging out at one of the cool board tabletops here.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, with the big iPad tabletops here. Yeah,
It's awesome here. All right, and Jeff Stone back here, he did say, man, sharp money on the Titans, but just a ton of public money on this game. A lot of liability to this game.
I watched Tennessee in the preseason. I was not impressed by their offense. I mean, it's preseason, of course.
Sure.
But Mariota didn't look sharp. I mean, they have a lot of weapons, and I think they're going to be a very good team.
Yeah.
But I think the Raiders are a better team. I think they're going to be anxious to get at it after what happened last year.
Yes.
It's heartbreaking what happened last year. So, yeah, I like them on the road here, getting the points. It's great.
All right, very good. I'm going to take a team getting points too, but it's the home team, and that's the Detroit Lions getting 2.5 at home against the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Arizona Cardinals are definitely going to show better this year than last year. I think the talent down there is too good, especially on the defense. The corners, I think Carson Palmer is probably going to come back and play a little bit better if he can stay healthy. But I just, the Lions struggled late last season, but did have a really good run up to that point, got themselves into the playoffs. I like Matthew Stafford, signed a new contract. He's got a lot to prove today.
Yeah, speaking of putting money where your mouth is.
Exactly. He's got a lot to prove today to prove that he was worth all that cash. As a home dog, 2.5 points, I like that a lot.
Yeah,
So
Detroit's a playoff team. They were a playoff team last
They
year.
were a playoff team last year. They maybe didn't look like it late in the season. They kind of limped in and then got their heads handed to them at Seattle. But hey, a lot of people get their heads handed to them at Seattle. That's nothing unusual over the last few years. So I like Detroit as a home dog today.
That's great. Yeah, no, I like that pick. I know it goes. I think it goes against our contest pick, but
it does.
you're contrary. You're one of the sharp guys now.
Yeah, I'm a sharp. I'm a contrarian. That's me.
That's right. That's right. So thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your bets today. If you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, we're actually going to be doing this at 11 a.m. Eastern every Sunday. It's going to be myself. It's going to be Maddie Palmer, our video host.
Yes.
We're going to be coming from our cover studio, talking about all these things, all the biggest stories, all the biggest line moves. We're going to be getting you in there from Vegas.
I'll be here in Vegas on the ground.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. What is that here?
Pacific?
That's like 4
o'clock. Yeah, it's like 4 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
Now, 8 o'clock Pacific time. It's a little early, but hey, I like to say that this time of year, it's like the football version of Lent. You got to give up something, and that something is sleep.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We're running on empty here, but it's going to be there's going to be so much energy in the sportsbook today. So make sure you come down. Make sure you get your name for this ballot at the Mirage Sportsbook. We're giving away $1,000 to bet on that Cowboys-Giants game. And we're giving away some great stuff. You can come down and see Mr. Everson.
Absolutely. We are giving away good stuff. We got the football toss. You throw a couple footballs, you can win some killer covers.
I want to put the challenge out there. If someone can come, we'll do 10 tosses, and it's 5 through the big hole and 5 through the little hole. And they think you beat you because you've got the soft hands. He's been killing us all week. If you can come down and beat you in a 10 toss showdown, we'll give them a hat. We'll give them every single one of our prizes. We'll give a smartphone wallet, a stress ball, a hat, and one of our Covers mugs.
Yes, the Covers mugs are awesome.
So if you're in Vegas, you think you know what you got to beat Patrick Everson in a 10-toss showdown, get your butt down here and get in on that draw too and win yourself $1,000 to bet on the game.
No question. And again, we got to give our thanks to the fine folks here at the Mirage who have put up with us all week, gave us a great space to work with. And again, as we point out, the atmosphere is electric. I think we're coming up on about 8:30. We're an hour and a half before the early kickoffs. Folks are rolling in.
There's hundreds of people in here already.
Hundreds of people in here already. Seats are filling up. If you want a seat, you better get down here quick. Betting lines are definitely forming.
Yeah, well, if you didn't want to get in the line, get that MGM app.
Exactly. Get in here, sign up for the app, folks. You can sit on these big Betty couches and just make all your bets for the comfort of your seat. You'll have all the props, which are going to be on your phone.
More so, love that in-game wagering.
In-game wagering, which J-Lo is a huge fan of, and he does pretty well on. He's a pretty smart guy.
I make up for all my terrible bets before the game.
Exactly. He's chasing on the in-game.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. As long as it evens out, it's okay.
It works out well. But again, we got to give our thanks to the fine folks at MGM Resorts and especially here at the Mirage Sportsbook. It's a great atmosphere. Make sure you get yourself down here. That'll do it for us on this live stream. Again, we'll be doing something like this every Sunday, so make sure you check us out. For Jason Logan, Senior Managing Editor at Covers.com, I am Patrick Everson. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a follow on Twitter at Covers.